Portland Vase is probably one of the most enigmatic pieces of Roman cameo glass that we've ever seen. It was made best part of 2,000 years ago, at a time we're not really sure of. And it is made of two layers of glass, a whiter overlayer and a dark blue, almost cobalt underlayer, one on top of the other. The outer layer is then carved away in stark relief to leave figures exposed in white on the blue base. It is absolutely exquisite. We don't know what the figures represent. It has puzzled thinkers and artists and philosophers alike for centuries. But until it was broken in the British Museum in 1845, it was of little general interest. It was when it was broken that the general public became more aware of what this was. And the Stourbridge industry, with typical forward thinking, decided to capitalise on this by developing Cameo. Not surprisingly, within a short space of time, there were efforts made to try and replicate this famous vase by Stourbridge craftsmen. And we did in fact have two replicas made in the 19th century. We had a further two in the 20th century, and we've had one in the 21st century. A remarkable four have connections with the Stourbridge area. There are any number of problems in creating such a piece at a variety of levels. From the outset, you have problems with different coefficients of expansion and contraction. Then there are problems of making sure there are no air bubbles between the layers, that the layers are the correct thickness, that you've got the correct colour of glass in the first place. The actual skill in then carving the engraving to make the white stand out in relief against the darker underlayer is extraordinary skill, of which very few people are capable. The 19th century recreations show that not only did we have the skill to reproduce the finest piece of cameo glass the world's ever seen, but the talents were there really to take on any challenge that could be thrown at it from the glass world, and we succeeded with flying colours. The subsequent recreations culminating in this 2012 version demonstrate to me, and the wider world I'm sure, that those skills have not only not been lost, they are still very much there, and very much even in the ascendancy, because the quality of this work is absolutely par excellence. Looking back further to the original manufacturing 2,000 years ago, and those Romans who were working to create this piece of glass that we know not what for or why, it will be interesting to speculate if they could have ever in their wildest dreams have imagined that 2,000 years hence, not only would that piece of cameo glass be revered still around the world by everyone who looked on it, but that it would still represent a beacon of excellence in the world of cameo glass.
You can learn more about the history of glassmaking in the West Midlands in the latest issue of the magazine. You can subscribe on the History West Midlands website.